Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
This is the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast.
You heard that intro of Batman the Animated Series. It is time to talk about Batman Mask of the Phantasm 1993. Guys, we're done with season 1 of Batman the Animated Series. It was a great season, probably one of the greatest things you see on TV. But now, let's get into our first movie of this universe here. Before we get into that, let me introduce my Bat family here. My first guest, he is Nightwing. It is Daniel. Daniel, how are you doing today?
I get to be Nightwing? That's literally my favorite. Thank you so much. I'm doing great.
Fantastic. And
nervous to see where it goes from here.
I forgot to say, like, for the audio listeners, for the audio listeners, I am wearing a Batman mask because I am Batman. As you can see my ears. So I'm looking like
we can't see.
No, but I'm looking like Space Ghosts at the moment. But
Stick your hand behind them real fast.
You just put your hand behind the ears and they'll show. There they are.
There you go.
Okay, I'll do this the whole night here.
Yes, life. Proof of life. There we go.
There we go. And my next guest, he is Commissioner Gordon. It is Anthony. Anthony, how are you doing today?
You know what? I'll take Commissioner Gordon. I'm doing okay. Personally, I feel like if you cosplayed as Nightwing, then you should get the reserved spot, but that's okay. I've also cosplayed as Commissioner Gordon, so I'll take Gordon as well.
Exactly. That's that because I remember that picture of you with the mustache. I love that picture.
Well, thank you.
It's hanging in his bedroom.
Oh, next to Bilbo Baggins.
There he is. My next guest, he is the driving force of Bruce Wayne. It is Alfred. Alfred. Oh no. Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today? Skyler, how are you doing today?
I'll be Alfred. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm doing great. We're here to talk about a movie. Is it good? Yes.
I think it's the greatest of all time, but who knows? My last guess, she is Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. It is Ray. Ray, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, I guess, if I have to be Batgirl.
You could have gone with a character that's in this very film. You know.
Let me restart. Let me restart.
Yeah,
here.
go all the way back. All the way back to the intro.
My last guest, you know her as the Phantasm. It is Ray. Ray, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I'm gonna stab you.
Wow.
You have a deep voice. Okay then.
Wow.
All right. This is the first movie in our series to talk about Batman, the anime series, The Mask of the Phantasm. Guys, this was released on Christmas Day of 1993. I haven't asked this question in a while. What do you guys think was the budget for this movie?
It was That's the thing. I was prepared for the box office because usually you ask about the box office of
Yes.
a theatrical film, and I know that this film historically did not perform very well at all. But budget, I wasn't prepared for that.
Budget though.
Yeah, I don't even.
How much does a normal episode
It's very
cost?
well animated. It's basically just a very well animated feature length episode of the show.
Yeah.
There's some like 3D animation in there, but I don't.
Is Dana
I don't-
Delaney a big pickup at this point, or is she not big yet? Like, because that would increase the budget for sure.
Good point. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's the same line of thinking. This movie has Abe Vigoda. So how
True.
much
Yes.
money did they drop for him?
I'm gonna say
I'm
there's
gonna
a
say-
6 in the number.
Okay,
Ooh.
is there
I'm
a
getting a
6 in the
6.
number?
Is there a is there
There
a 6
is-
in the room?
There is a 6 in that number.
Okay, all right.
What can you tell us what a normal episode costs?
I
No.
don't think that's gonna help. This is a feature film. Like, I
I would probably just take it and like multiply it by 5. But
Okay, we're gonna say $6.6 million.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the budget for this movie was exactly 6 million.
Oh,
damn.
We're
So there was
gonna
a
take
6.
that. We're gonna take that. Wow, Ray, you literally called the only number.
Well, 0 is
Have
you did?
technically a number, but
have
yeah.
you considered that you might be
it was
a
written
psychic?
6 and then million was the word. That's how it's written.
Well, yeah.
Well, what about the box office? How much this movie made?
Anthony said bad, so 4 million.
Nothing.
1 million.
Less than the budget.
Ooh, that's a good answer because they were shy. The box office was 5.6 million.
Oh, that's not that shy. I mean, it's bad. It's obviously bad, but
I do want to bring out our new feature. The next question, of course, the Rotten Tomato score. What do you guys think the critics gave this?
You gotta do this every time now.
I do.
I think it was certified fresh by both audience and critics.
I think both Siskel and Ebert loved it.
That's a good point. We're gonna say the 80s.
Yeah, the
Oh.
80s.
Ooh, you know what they say about the 80s? Yeah, so the critics say 83%, but the fans say 88%.
Okay.
So it's decent. It's
There you go.
decent. It's a B grade. And of course, I have a question for you guys. I didn't mention about in the chat here. What is one episode from season 1 would you like to see on the big screen? Like this movie?
Oh, I forgot you asked that. I didn't get an answer.
Well, if they had to do another film, I would say something involving Mr. Freeze would be a really good choice for a Batman movie, but that's just me. That's just me personally.
Have we got a show for you?
Or like if you went really far in the future where Joker wasn't there, but then he came back.
Oh, but like sort of
Mm.
beyond where we're at right now.
Yeah,
Sort
you'd
of
have to
like
go pretty far
way
beyond. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I like that.
Interesting. Ray, do you have any mysteries that you would like as a woman?
Yeah, I do like mysterious women. Maybe like 3 of them.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a very specific
Ooh.
number.
You're good with numbers, Ray. I like to see that. All right. Let's. Whoa.
Are you okay?
Whoa.
Something's
Did you
happening.
get high?
The mask is cutting off the circulation to his brain.
It looked like
No.
you got flashbanged.
Oh, I looks like that. But no, I'm getting a bat signal on
Do
my
not.
computer.
Do
Oh,
not
no.
tell me.
I think the angel of death approaches. It's our friend Abrar.
Yeah, I'm seeing the light, but no, I had this video that popped up from Gotham. Let me download real quick and let's see what it is about.
It's
You
from
didn't
Chucky
download it?
The
Song.
entire city of Gotham.
I hope they zipped it.
Thought we stopped doing this.
All right,
Well,
guys,
we're
It'll
waiting.
take a while to. To download. Is this part getting cut, or should we like, try to be funny?
No.
now?
Everything
Oh
stays
no,
in.
I always put in. You heard the episode.
Unless you
I
say the
always put
C
in.
word.
I only
Everything
listen
stays
to
Say
in.
when
that
I'm not
word.
on.
Do not say that word. But I have the video. Oh my
Okay.
goodness, who is this guy? Oh
This is-
well,
Heck, wait, now I'm confused.
wait.
Help me.
Let's click on when we'll press play when I say 0. Okay, guys.
Okay.
And 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello again, my friends. This is a warm
He said again, he remembers
greeting
this.
to Abrar, Skyler, Daniel,
Is he standing
Anthony,
in the water?
and a new friend that I didn't meet last time. Greetings to you also, Ray.
Oh my god.
You got
I
it.
am well aware that you are done with your pod talking about Batman the Animated Series Season 1. You are about to embark on greatness by talking about Mask of the Phantasm, which will lead into Batman the Animated Series Season 2. If there's any hints, tips, or advice that I can give, is watch closely, even if you have to watch again. Especially in Batman the Animated Series Season 2, there are a lot more Easter eggs that there were in the first season.
Easter eggs.
A lot more allusions to other heroes, other characters, and other series.
Is that true?
I hope you enjoyed what you watched, and I'm sure all of you are going to speak about it intelligently
Well, you
and
should have said that.
articulately.
I hate to disappoint. Ray will, and then
But
we'll
the
get,
real
we'll make
icing
fun of
on
her
the
for it.
cake.
No, Ray,
Mask
you need to
of
continue to
Phantasm.
speak intelligently. We'll get lots of
okay.
views
I can
on
let you
the
in on a
short.
little secret, friends. About
I'm trying.
95% of what you see in Mask of the Phantasm is actually true,
What?
accurate, and really happened.
It happened.
Whoa.
This guy?
I've been on some pretty crazy adventures.
This guy,
That
Batman.
one's right up there.
I mean,
As for the 5% that is not accurate or true, I'll leave that to you to decide.
that has to be
I'm
at the answer.
sure
to that, yeah.
brilliant minds like yours.
I love the part where they say
Work
Bruce
it out
Wayne,
pretty
because, you know, he wouldn't want us to know that.
Once again, my
Yeah,
friends,
yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate you taking the time to rewatch some of my animated adventures based on my life. Like I said, and I've alluded to, a little bit of artistic license was taken, but that's to be expected.
You got a little Trump there.
I hope you enjoyed
In
them,
the head. The head.
and I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. My friends, stay tough,
Man, he gives us
Stay
such
strong.
long videos.
stay safe. And once again, you are always welcome to
Yeah,
join
might
us
as well.
on the Justice League or the Bat Family. Remember, all you gotta do is shine the bat signal in the sky. I will answer the call, and you can give us your
Man,
answer.
what if you did that and he really showed up?
Maybe we can make some adventures and some memories together, friends. And who knows?
We do have bad signals.
Maybe someday DC and Warner Brothers will turn our adventures into an animated series or animated movie.
Us. The Adventures of Us
someone
and
else.
animated.
You clothing me. Until that time comes, take care, my friends.
Whoa. Whoa.
Thank you, Batman.
Batman. Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Welcome
all right,
back,
I'll die for
Batman.
him.
God, what can you say about the guy? He's just
He's nice. He's really nice.
He does
he's
seem
so
really nice.
he's so open and welcoming in a way you would not expect Batman to be.
Do you think he's hot under the mask, or like? And I mean that in like an attractiveness way, and not like he's sweating.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He's hot.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa, Daniel. Whoa.
I'm looking at that chin, and I think he might be hot and also a millionaire. Is that crazy?
That's
What are you, an extra in a Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie? All right, this is not what we're discussing right now.
I'll just look. If it's presented to me, I'm gonna question whether or not he's attractive.
Well, thank you, Batman, for that beautiful video. We'll give you justice as we encounter the Mask of the Phantasm. So thank you, Batman, if you're listening to us.
Round of applause for Batman, everybody.
Yes.
Woo!
Clapping.
Yeah, the clapping doesn't really transfer, but that's okay.
No, but guys, let's get into the plot of this movie here. Well, before we do that, the music, by the way, is hella epic for the intro here.
I don't think you're wrong, but I just wish you had said it differently.
Oh, we don't say hella anymore?
Oh, we say
Batman
hella.
doesn't.
Oh, sorry.
Well, we just saw the real Batman. Abrar's little Bat Junior.
Yeah.
He's part, we're part of the
Bat
Bat
Boy.
family.
We're part of
He's
the Bat
Batboy.
family, but the guy just now was Batman.
He's
So
trying
Abrar
to
can't
replace
also be
him.
Batman. Abrar, would it
We're
be
in the-
mean to say Abrar's Batmite?
No, no, I'm Bat Boy. Come on. No, I'm the Brown Boy
he's-
Wonder. What are you talking about?
You Bat
He's-
Boy.
He's Batboy. You're Batboy. Yeah, that's you. Just as that lady says in Batman Forever.
That's not Batman. That's Bat Boy.
Yeah, that's how it works. So I would say that's where you're at.
Well, but yeah, the music is incredible. The most
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it's so epic. Like I can't think of any other words other than epic. Shirley Walker, of course, made this music, of course, as she always does. But right, the plot here. During a conference of crime bosses held in Gotham City, skyscraper, gangster Chucky Soul is killed by a mysterious cloaked figure known as the Phantasm. Shortly after, Batman burst in on the meeting and is blamed for the murder. By the way, my dude went through that window like a boss.
He died.
The city councilman Arthur Reeves tells the media that Batman is an irresponsible menace and then attends a party at the mansion of Bruce Wayne, Batman's alter ego, as we know. Reeves jokingly taunts Bruce for having allowed an old girlfriend, Andrea Beaumont, to get away. So we got the introduction of the Phantasm. What do you guys think about this character?
Oh, the design's so cool.
Yeah, for sure. There's a Batman villain that appeared a few years prior to this, known as the Reaper. It appeared in Batman Year 2, which has art by Todd McFarlane. From my understanding, they didn't really pull from that. It's a guy with a skull face, and he has like two sides for hands. They didn't pull from that. A lot of people have always assumed it because it's kind of similar, but yeah, just the gray and the sort of cool looking, almost like skull hockey mask look to it. Looks at the same time like realistic and grounded, but also ethereal. It's, I don't know, it works.
With the mask and not the hood so much, but like the shape of the hood and the cape, to me it gives Darth Vader vibes.
Oh yeah,
right. The sort of like the general sort of pointiness of it.
Yeah.
The shoulders and everything. Yeah.
I mean, he's a damn Grim Reaper, man. He or she is very intimidating.
They
are very intimidating. Ray, do you like the design? I know you're an artist. Do you like the design here?
Yeah, I do. It's very good. It's a nice simplistic design, so it's nothing too busy, but like there's enough there to like grab your attention and to convey, the angel of death.
Yeah. Well, also, how are we liking Councilman Arthur Reeves? Is he in the comics? I never heard of this guy.
He looks like a weasel.
A little bit.
I mean, he's definitely not a good person. We can already tell. No, I believe this is an original character for the film. So.
Gotcha. Well, in a flashback to 15 years ago, during Bruce's college days, Bruce is seen meeting Andrea in a cemetery while visiting his parents' grave. Do you guys like the scene? Bruce thinks Andrea is crazy in the beginning.
Huh? Excuse me? You talking to me?
I mean, obviously, Dana Delaney would go on to voice Lois Lane in Superman, the animated series. So they knew they had a voice.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy, do they have a voice?
And she's great. 100%.
It's like I'm watching a real life actor like acting. in an animated movie.
Well,
It feels so real.
She's
I
a
mean,
real life actor.
they're all real people. That is true.
She's,
I know,
I
but,
mean,
like,
she's a
she brings
pretty
it.
prolific actor. Like most people, probably. I mean, outside of this current, grouping of people, probably most people know her from Desperate Housewives, or I think she has a doctor show too, which I guess probably Ray knows about.
China Beach.
Yeah, fans of Jenny Nicholson will I guess know her from China Beach if she's on that, I guess.
That's all I know her from.
But I'm pretty sure she had a doctor show, didn't she?
Maybe.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. She's known from Desperate Housewives. That's probably what most general public people would know her from.
Gotcha. Well, she's really good. At this point, Bruce has vowed avenge his parents' murder by by dedicating his life to crime fighting. Later, wearing a ski mask, Bruce stopped an armored car robbery. This is what's giving me a lot of Batman Begins vibes here. We also saw a young Harvey Bullock getting some car. However, when Alfred asks how the fight went, Bruce is discouraged that the robbers consider him a clownish vigilante at first, and realizes he needs to adopt a persona that will strike fear in the hearts of the wrongdoers. While he is laying the groundwork for crime fighting, Bruce is also dating Andrea and doing things of her, such as visiting a future exposition, which contains a car prototype that catches Bruce's eye. When they first met, when Batman was doing jiu-jitsu, he said jiu-jitsu really angrily. He was like, "Hey, Bruce, what are you doing there? It's jiu-jitsu." I was like, "Whoa, take it easy."
Well, he was angry. It's a younger Bruce that is not yet capable of putting on that fake Bruce Wayne mask.
It's true.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. It must have been really interesting at the time watching this unfold, because obviously with Batman 89 and even Returns at this point, we had seen Batman, but we hadn't gotten his origin story yet. So as much as people complain today about Spider-Man and Batman and all these characters having their origin stories told over and over, at the time this would have been really fresh and new to see Batman before he's Batman and him learning everything and dealing with what it means to become the Bat. I think that's kind of, and I will say this, completely unrelated. I looked it up. Apparently Arthur Reeves was a DC Comics character. It doesn't seem that they took a whole lot from the comics, just more so the name, but I will correct myself. He did exist prior. But yeah, seeing this Batman origin story like this and how it's intertwined with love and emotions is, unique.
And you couple this with what the show's already shown us about how he's learned how to be a ninja and learned how to
a magician,
be an escape artist. Yeah. And now we're seeing him do his first round of vigilante crime fighting. It's really cool.
It's really nice. And of course, in that scene there also, Alfred caught them kissing on the ground. I was like, Alfred's like, I gotta go somewhere else now.
Black-haired Alfred.
Alfred catches everything. Yeah, young boy Alfred.
Now, in the present, the killer finds and kills another gangster, Buzz, who is killed at the graveyard shortly after mourning Chucky's soul. Batman investigates this crime scene until Andrea spots Batman hovering over Wayne's grave. Andrea says, "Bruce?" I thought this scene was really great.
I agree.
Sort of an assumption on her part, though, right?
Yeah,
It
she
does feel like a little
randomly
bit of a
stops
stretch.
at one, and it's like, oh, he must have been at this one. It's like he ran away, and you didn't see what grave he was at.
Yeah, there's a couple of things like that in the early part of this movie where it does feel like they're just trying to go really fast to get to a point where the movie can really start. I think I also think that Bruce's and Andrea's relationship is sort of like that, where they go from meeting to macking down in the yard real fast.
They do cover a lot in a little amount of time. This movie is only an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we got a pace to keep. But yeah, I think that this is just another byproduct of that. Is like we're trying to get to the point where she knows and we can have that conversation. So
an hour 17. Kind of crazy.
He had to correct me by 3 minutes.
3 minutes
3
takes
minutes of playtime.
Oh, Macho Man, where are you?
He died.
We know.
oh,
He looked down. He knew. Abrar looked down.
No. I'm sure he's somewhere. Not down there.
So.
We don't know his life. Later, Andrea and Arthur Reeves went out for dinner, and Batman is spying both of them with binoculars. Batman sees them touching hands as we go to a flashback of Bruce and Andrea going to the world of the future fair. Thoughts on this scene here? I thought this date was very cute.
Love a good retro World's Fair.
yeah. I was gonna say, is World's Fair like trademarked? Why is it being called like a future, whatever you're calling it?
World of the future fair.
Sure.
Even if it is trademarked, it shouldn't be hard to get. It's used in things all the time. Thank you.
Yeah.
This movie was a $6 million budget. I think they were not willing to pay for words.
That's a good point. And also, it doesn't really matter. You know exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just gets to show off the retro future aesthetic that this show does very well. It's Art Deco type stuff. And yeah,
Bruce,
we get a look at the Batmobile.
Yes, Bruce look at the Batmobile is like, I kind of like that.
As we've established in a previous episode, he goes to his mechanic and he says, "Build me this."
Yeah, exactly.
In the basement.
Of course.
Bruce also meets Andreas Faja, Carl Beaumont, who is a businessman.
I know normally I do that bit, but we don't have to do that this whole time.
Okay. Well, it's ingrained in my brain now, so I have to.
I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm just gonna say it doesn't need to happen.
All right. Well, he met his father, Carl Beaumont, who's the businessman, and Arthur Reeves, who worked as Beaumont's legal advisor at the time. They were rudely interrupted by a guy named Valstra.
Val Venus?
No, not Val Venus. Hello,
Certainly hope
ladies. When they left, Bruce beat up some thugs, but got hit by a bat, and the thugs got away. Bruce was trying to show. Was Bruce angry in this scene?
Yes.
He was, right? He was still a young, brashing kid.
Yeah.
That kid. Young adult.
A younger man.
Was he trying to fight in honor of Andrea? Trying to show, like, hey, I can take care of these guys? Or was it just he wanted to help those people?
Both.
Maybe a little column A, a little column B.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm like,
I think it's mostly that he wanted to help. I don't think Bruce is ever the type where it's like, oh, if I beat up these people, then she'll like me more. Like, that just doesn't fit his character,
Yeah.
I don't think.
It's more so symbolic of his life with Andrea means that he can't be a crime fighter because she worries about him and he wasn't able to take care of the situation properly. If he isolates and he commits, then he can be what he needs to be. But right now, he can't do both. That's more so what it means.
The personal connection slows him down.
Oh, that is Batman. The definition of Batman. Oh, not yet. In his study, while talking to portraits of his parents, Bruce wonders what his parents really want from him: to avenge their deaths as a crime fighter or continue the Wayne bloodline by marriage and fathering children. Bruce went to his parents' grave, asking if he could not avenge their deaths. He wanted to be different now, asking them if it's okay. Andrea showed up and said, maybe they already have. That's why I'm here. They both hugged in the rain. I had to replay the scene a million times.
A million
times because I was tearing up.
That's pretty
It
good.
wasn't just the rain.
Exactly. In the present, Arthur joins the car with Valstra. I'll call him Val, who is already dying from old age and lung cancer, asking if Batman is killing his gang. Arthur said yes and believes that this is one way to take him down. Batman discovers evidence linking the two murdered gangsters that were both lieutenants of retired mob boss, as I said, Salvatore, also his name is Sal, fears that the killer has a pattern and that he is next on the list. Batman visits one of the places and sees the photograph of Andrea's dad and Valistra's gang, and he gets a flashback of her dropping off Andrea at her house with the gang talking to her dad. Bruce feels very sus here. What do you guys thought about this scene? I thought the plot is picking up here.
Yeah.
I always get stun locked whenever you stop talking. Like, am I supposed to be saying something now? But there's 5 of us.
That's true. When there's this many people, you gotta wait to see like who's gonna speak.
Well, yeah, anybody. What do you guys thought about the scene?
Directed at someone.
Anthony, go.
Anthony.
Anthony, you go.
I always share insight. What exactly? So this scene right here. What is your take on it?
My take
on Andrea's issues and what that means for Batman. What is your favorite thing about the scene?
My favorite part of the scene is that the guy who was smoking cigar is something else. I'll say it's a big spoiler towards the end, but I was not feeling him.
Right. Well, there's a guy. He has a cigarette and he flicks it so hard that it flies all the way to Bruce's car. So he's got some sort of abilities in some shape or form. He's like the Gambit of gangsters, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe he has cards. I don't know.
Well, also in the flashback, Bruce tells Alfred he has made his choice. He will abandon his crime-fighting career and focus solely on work at Dwayne Enterprises. And he also brought an engagement ring for Andrea. However, Andrea mysteriously leaves Gotham with her father, ending her engagement to Bruce in a Dear John style letter, believing that he has lost his only chance of having a normal life. Bruce proceeds with no other choice to avenge his parents' murder and spare other families' pain. After seeing a bat fly in the night sky, Bruce realizes he has the perfect image of the terror for wrongdoers, and finally dons the mask of Batman. The way that shot of Batman putting that mask on,
and Alfred's reaction,
yeah,
perfect. Like, I mean, I don't know how else you do it. I don't know if we'll ever be able to top. There's a lot of things in this movie. I don't know if you could ever top, and this is one of them. Where yeah, it tells you everything you need to know. Like the transformation is complete. You know, like he is Batman. He can strike fear into the hearts of criminals because he no longer has this burden, and he can fully commit to what he believes is his parents' wishes, whether that's right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to compare other actors putting on the mask, I think this still tops all of them. I don't know, like I don't know. Batman Begins
does it all, you know?
Yeah,
like
that's the thing. I don't know.
Well, this is like the only time that we've seen him donning the cowl for the first time, and it's so heavily symbolic. And we see that, like, Alfred's reaction is he sees Batman. Bruce is gone in that moment. He's a completely different person, and the change of which is what shocks him the most. I don't think any other version, definitely not live action, has shown that moment. There have been great reveals of Bruce in the suit for the first time, but not that moment.
Do you think if Batman gave the mask and Alfred puts it on, Bruce would get the same reaction like Alfred?
I don't think Alfred would want to put it on.
He wouldn't want it. But if Batman made him, because he's, in charge, I feel like Bruce would get really scared and frightened, and yeah.
Be like, Alfred, why are you wearing my clothes? No, but I do want to say I think it's really intelligent and really important to point out that, like, Bruce was going to give it all up to be with Andrea, and that she left him. I think that that's a really interesting thing, because I feel like the easy trope would have been like, oh, he chooses the work over his own life and his own relationships, but instead they make it like one more loss for him, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get the great line back when he's at his parents' grave, and he's like, I didn't expect to be happy.
Yeah.
He's happy, and that's why he was going to give it up. And his happiness leaves, and all he has left is his pain.
He's
and
still
what does
so
he do
traumatized.
with it?
Still so
scares the hell out of
traumatized
his
by
butler.
the parents' death, but he's like pleading for their forgiveness for not wanting to avenge them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I said, there's a lot of things in this movie I don't think can be topped, and I think it does really well with the amount of characters it has. Bruce is sort of like forced into being Batman by Andrea sort of leaving, and there's always this talk of like who makes these villains and monsters in this world, and does Batman create them, or did they create Batman? And this movie, unknowingly or not, provides an answer if you think about it.
Yeah, true.
Who is responsible for Batman? Someone puts the scenario into Batman's hands where he has to become Batman, and I think it's kind of interesting without having it be in your face.
Yeah. Again, this is good stuff here. Now, the present time, we get a scene of Batman interrogating Andrea in her apartment about the picture of her dad and the Sal gang. The dialogue that made me go, oh shit, was this. Batman said, "You still following your dad's orders?" Andrea said, "The way I see it, the only one in the room controlled by his parents is you." God damn.
Got him.
Got him.
Damn.
Also, she's lying.
Yeah,
she's clearly doing it because of her.
She was crying after that when she said that. So I get it.
Because she was like, got him. Got myself.
Sal seeks the Joker. Whoa. With whom he had a prior working relationship at the Future World Fair, which is now abandoned, and offers him a large sum of money to assassinate Batman. For him, unfortunately, he takes these trades one assassin for another rather than going after the killer. The Joker kills Sal with the Joker venom instead. The Joker then set up a trap for Batman, planting Sal's booby-trapped corpse in a chair in Sal's living room while monitoring via a camera. He then suddenly realizes Batman is not the killer when he sees a hooded figure with a skull mask triggering the bomb, but the Phantasm survives by jumping out the window. Were you guys spooked when Batman turned around the chair? When you guys first saw this first time?
Oh, and there's a corpse?
Yeah. A smiley one.
Was I spooked?
Am I misremembering, or was that not Phantasm in that scene?
Yeah, well, Bar misspoke just then, but it was Phantasm.
Okay.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
I don't know. You said, where was I spooked the first time I saw it? The first time I saw it, I was a little child, so I don't maybe.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, whoa. It reminds me of the Laughing Fish episode, when they were turning into the Joker through was it the poison, right? Oh no, they touched the. Did they touch the fish? Then they got poisoned. Yeah, so.
We're not here to remember plots of Batman animated series. We're going to talk about Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
It was so long ago.
Fantastic. Batman, who is nearby, is attracted to the scene by the explosion, tries to catch the Phantasm, but is hindered by the Gotham police, who believe that he is the killer and attempts to apprehend him for the string of assassinations while the Phantasm escapes. This is what I like about this movie. It brings two elements. It brings Batman Begins, beginning of the movie, and it gives, at the moment now, the Dark Knight storyline where Batman is on the chase. So it brought two movie storylines into one in the Phantasm. So I thought that was great.
That those movies didn't happen yet. So
I know, but like those two plots are like in this movie.
no, I'm saying maybe this could have been a little bit of inspiration, considering those films are made by fans.
Oh yes. I agree.
Good points being made by all here.
Rescuing Batman in her car, Andrea explains that she and her father has been hiding in Europe from the Sal's mob, to whom he owed a lot of money to. Carl Beaumont eventually repaid them, but they did not. They were not satisfied with that. They were angered by the fact that he skipped town on them and wanted payment in blood. Batman believes that Andrea's father may be the killer. There was so in that flashback scene. Was that Rupert Thorne in part of Sal's gang? Because there's a scene of there's a guy, old big chubbier guy, grabbed Andrea, and I thought that was Rupert Thorne a little bit. He kind of looks like that character.
Maybe.
I took a picture of it. Hold on. Let me.
No, isn't it just the guy who got buried before?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember his name. But it wasn't
the
Rupert
guy
Thorne.
who died at like the graveyard.
Yeah.
This guy. Isn't that Rupert Thorne?
No.
That's the guy who died in the graveyard.
That's just a different big guy.
Gotcha.
But to be fair, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Kind of looks
He's
like
got the same lips.
If you guys were Andrea's dad, what would you do in this situation? Daniel, you go.
Okay.
If I was Andrea's dad,
Yeah.
I don't know, die, I guess.
Damn it, that was my answer.
Daniel, you give your
that was all
what would you do if you were Andrea's father?
Let's see, if I was being held up by the mob and totally screwed, what would I do? Die. I don't know. I would turncoat to the police and I would set up a sting operation to get my guys before they got me.
There you go.
That's pretty
I would
reasonable.
simply become the Phantasm is all.
Oh,
No.
I like that.
What sense does that make?
Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne studies an old photo of the Sal's mob together with Carl Beaumont when he recognizes one of the men in the background. It is the Joker. Prior to his accident, who was then Sal's bodyguard, enforcer, and hitman. At the same time, the Joker approaches the councilman Reeves in his office, explaining that the killer is someone else than Batman. When Reeves coincidentally mentions that Andrea is back in town, the Joker suddenly realizes who the killer really is and poisons Reeves with the Joker gas before leaving.
Do you want to talk about how Bruce came to the conclusion it was the Joker?
Yes.
It's the same way Ace Ventura solves his crime.
That's very good. That's very true. Well, this came out before Ace Ventura Pet Detective.
Oh, that's true. And Ace Ventura Pet Detective was made by fans of this, so maybe it was.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh
that's
my
actually
goodness.
a good point to make.
That wasn't me making fun of you, Ray. That was just a good callback.
I know.
Okay.
Because Skyler said it. If Daniel had said it, oh
that's
boy,
true.
we'd
That's
be
true.
for another 30 minutes.
I'm just saying.
What's the Joker's alias's name? Like
Jack
Jackson.
Napier.
Well, there's
Yeah, that's what you
multiple.
were going to say.
There's Napier.
I think in this they used the same thing that they used in the '89 movie, which is Jack Napier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
I don't
true.
even think they actually say it, but I think it's like in the extended Batman animated whatever the hell on the
It might be
Wikipedia.
mentioned at one point or another within the show because it was the name used. Yeah, sometimes it's the lead singer of the White Stripes. Like he's gone by a few different names, but at this point, Jack Napier would have been the popular choice.
Yeah, not Arthur Fleck.
No.
Johnny Depp.
Not Affleck.
Absolutely not. Batman then sees Reeves, who is now under treatment for Joker's poisoning at a hospital. When Reeves sees him, he was laughing, saying, "Oh no!" I laughed.
Yeah.
I laugh every time.
Okay.
Uh,
Man in torment and pain. His worst moment.
that was a great scene. Interrogating him, Batman learns that Reeves was the only person in Gotham Carl Beaumont stayed in touch with after fleeing to Europe, and that Reeves sold information on his whereabouts to Sal to pay for his election campaign. Sal then sent his hitman, the future Joker, to Europe to assassinate Beaumont. Disgusted with Reeves, Batman leaves without offering him any antidote. Making out the puzzle, Batman goes to Andrea's apartment, but she isn't there. Instead, he is almost killed by another bomb trap set by the Joker, realizing that the bomb was meant for Andrea and not for him. Batman now understands who the Phantasm really is. Oh, any guesses? Any guesses? Not right now. Not right now.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it.
Don't say it.
All right.
Oh. The Phantasm confronts the Joker in his hideout, which is the abandoned future expedition that Andrea and Bruce visited years ago. During their fight, the skull mask is lost and reveals her as... Skyler, you say it.
Ray, you said it earlier.
I did.
No. He said you were the Phantasm earlier.
Oh, it's me, Andrea Beaumont.
Oh, that's who it was.
That's you.
I was confused because Abrar said something different.
Yes, it is Andrea, who is intent on avenging her father's death by killing the mobsters to whom he owed money and whom ordered Beaumont's murdered. Did you guys figure it out? That was her on the first watch, if you guys remembered?
Well, again, this movie came out before we were even born, like right before, basically. And so this is like a movie that I grew up watching. So it's kind of like, did I experience the Darth Vader twist in Star Wars? I don't remember. It's just something I've always known.
True. And famously, the toys for this movie spoiled this. There was a Phantasm figure with the mask not on the figure. It's like as like an accessory in the packaging, revealing that it was Andrea Beaumont. Very similar thing happened with the Dick Tracy movie, like the same deal. So it was just around this time period, for some reason, it was very common to spoil the female villain reveal.
Ain't that the way of it? They should have pulled a Michael Bay and just changed character names in the movie.
Oh, who created the Batman figures? Mattel, anybody, whoever made them, they gotta talk to the production. Like, hey, don't spoil the movie.
It was Kenner.
Kenner. Oh, are they still making them?
Toys are always spoiling stuff.
Yeah,
we get movie spoilers from Lego sets these days.
Really?
I mean, that's been a thing.
Been known to happen.
It's like they spoiled who took the Allspark from Transformers.
Who took the No, we're not doing this. Okay, move next scene.
the middle of the struggle, Batman arrives. Bruce begs Andrea to give up her desire for vengeance, but she refuses, stating that Joker and Sal ruined her chances with Bruce and that he himself is constantly fighting for vengeance. Andrea then vanishes and Batman battles with the Joker in a miniature replica size of the Gotham City. After a protracted battle which injures both of them badly, the Joker surrenders to Batman, but Andrea shows up again, determined to finish what she started. Look, she stands on business. She picks up the Joker, and both of them vanish in the confusion of fire and smoke, with the Joker laughing crazy, with Batman barely escaping through the waterway while a series of rigged explosions goes off. This whole scene, I was shocked because the music was so good. It's they made it so epically in this scene here. Yeah, Skyler, what's your thoughts on this one? On the scene here?
The part that always sticks with me most is Andrea disappearing with the Joker, because him just laughing as they disappear, presumably to his death. I mean, that's obviously not what happens, as we find out eventually somehow. But it's just haunting.
Absolutely.
A good time to take a swig of tea there.
Thank you. It's empty now. It's empty now. But yeah, great scene there. Back in the Batcave, a heartbroken Bruce receives some advice from Alfred, stating that Andrea was obsessed with vengeance and murder, and no one could help her. Bruce finds the locket with a photo of himself and Andrea in the cave. Meanwhile, Andrea stands on the deck of an ocean liner alone. The fate of the Joker is not explained, but the final scene shows Batman now permanently alone, standing on top of a building in grief. The bat signal emerges in the distance, and Batman flies into action to continue to crusade against crime. And that's it of the movie. Are we guys giving this Mask of the Phantasm movie a thumbs up or a thumbs down? I'll start with Ray.
I mean, it's definitely a thumbs up. Yeah, like, it's a shame that it didn't do well, because the movie is gorgeous. By the way, like there's no denying that whatsoever. There's so many good shots of like just using silhouettes, and I love that for Batman. And yeah, it's of course it's a thumbs up.
What about you, Skylar? Do you don't like the Phantasm here?
I don't know why you always phrase it like that when it comes to me. No, I really like this movie. Of course I do. The music's amazing, the animation's beautiful, the story is compelling, and the ending is tragic. But like, that's kind of like a question mark. Like, is it tragic? Because spoilers for the show that follows after this, Joker's not dead. So did Andrea spare him? Like, what's going on there? As you mentioned, his fate is not explained literally ever, I don't think.
No.
So maybe, and they say like Andrea, she was too consumed with vengeance and wouldn't let it go. Maybe she did? Question mark. As far as this movie's concerned, it is a tragic ending. Like, Bruce doesn't win here. He's uncovered the mystery, and he pleaded his case to Andrea, but he is left alone and heartbroken, and he's got to continue to fight on as Batman. So it's just a hauntingly beautiful story.
That's a great way to put it. Daniel, do you love Andrea so much that do you love this movie?
Yes. Yeah, no, I really, really like this movie. I also really like Andrea. I think she's great. I'm a little surprised, honestly, how little her and the Phantasm have been used outside of this because of how good this was. Maybe because it wasn't like super successful, people shied away from it. I don't know. But I think this is great. I'm trying to think of like some negative to throw at it, and all I can think is like maybe the pacing is a little bit too fast at the beginning, or like maybe the place in the timeline it comes out feels a little weird to do an origin story like at the end of season 1. But even then, it's just like you would have to really be picking nits to find much wrong with this movie. So I don't know. I think it's really good, really, really good.
I agree with you. And Anthony, what about you?
It's pretty good.
Oh, he hates it.
Pretty good.
I think this is one of the best Batman films ever made. No question about it. It really does a really good job of giving a definitive take on Batman's origin and making you aware of what Batman means. And it has a lot of my favorite Batman tropes, like Batman versus the police and everything. And it manages to put Joker in a story where he's not the main focus, but make him feel like he's worthwhile. I feel like that's a difficult thing to do, and I feel like this movie does a really good job of it. So, I am a big fan of Andrea Beaumont. She's great. I love her. Years and years ago, one time I was on a very late night Skype call with my friend Kirk, and I didn't have a Facebook account. And so he was badgering me to like make a Facebook account. So I was like, all right, fine. So I did. And you know, Facebook has those things where you can like set yourself up in like a relationship, and you can have like little status notes. And I remember I had set like engaged to, and I set it as Andrea Beaumont because I was like, well, who's better to be engaged to than this beautiful woman? Almost, you know, enough to make Batman stop being Batman. Clearly, she's worth it. And then I think the next thing I posted was a picture of Hugh Jackman naked in the barn from Origins, saying like, "The baby's coming." So that was great, and that's. I've always had a very strong connection to Andrea and the Phantasm. She's great.
Yeah, it's a well-written story. I mean, Origin. I don't want to say. You know what? I just say it. I kept saying it. It is the best written, well-written origin story of Batman. I was trying to compare with like Batman Begins. It is a tough one to call, but I think this one is number one when it comes to that. But I do have some interesting facts. I have two of them actually. You guys ready for that?
Facts.
Two facts.
Tell me,
for this one.
damn it!
Oh, someone's excited. While the film was being written, our boy Paul Dini was handling many of the Joker's scenes. He was attacked and beaten by two muggers on La Pierre Drive and had to undergo reconstructive surgery on his skull. He spent several months recovering from the attack, physically and emotionally. As a result, he almost backed out of the film and even considered giving up working on Batman altogether before he returned to work on the script. He later wrote a graphic novel on his experience recovering, titled Dark Knight, A True Batman Story.
That's horrific.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I was aware of the. I've never read it, but I was aware of the graphic novel detailing this event. But yeah, obviously a very for one of the most iconic Batman writers of this time period. Obviously, we always talk about Paul Dini when we're talking about this show and what he's brought to the Batman mythos. So, you know, to think of a very similar to Batman, a life-changing experience that almost set him on a completely different path is a hard one to sort of, you know, grapple with. So
he's look, Bruce, Tim, and him, they're goats in this game, but knowing what happened to him, man, I hope the best for him. I mean, he has the Zatanna lady with him, right? So he'd be fine.
Yes, his wife.
Zatanna lady.
Oh, sorry, his wife.
That's what he refers to her as.
My second interesting fact: the film was released on Ultra HD Blu-ray on September 12th, 2023. It featured a 26-minute documentary about the legacy of Kevin Conroy, who died 9 months prior to the 4K re-release. So shout out to Kevin Conroy. He's still the greatest Batman of all time. But guys, that was it. That was it for Mask of the Phantasm. The next time the next time you hear us from is talking about season 2 of Batman of the Animated Series. Are you guys excited for that?
Yeah. It's going to go by a lot faster than season 1 did, because season 1 was 60-something episodes, and
Oh man.
seasons 2 and 3 are like 20.
Yeah.
So it's going to seem like we're sprinting towards the finish from here.
A little bit. Of course, there's movies on the way as well. After season 2 is Mr. Freeze, and then after the last season 3, it is, as we mentioned, the mystery of Batwoman. So we still got a lot of ways to go, but it will be a little bit faster.
I like that you called Sub-Zero Mr. Freeze. Like that's what the movie's called, Sub-Zero.
That's what it is.
He thinks the Mortal Kombat guy is called Mr. Freeze. So
that's what it is.
Batman, Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero. So.
Hey, I got the double disc.
Everyone's
Blu-ray.
right.
Oh yeah. We all had that double back when they did those like double-sided DVDs back in the day.
Yes.
My DVD is signed by Kevin Conroy of my Mask of the Phantasm Sub-Zero DVD.
He signed it right on the disc. It's unwatchable.
So I can't be mad at him, unfortunately. So it is what it is.
You just can't watch that disc anymore.
Imagine you take him the case and he opens it, pops out the disc, and signs the back. He's like, "Here you go, Slugger."
I wish I knew which side you ruined. I can't tell. It's double-sided.
God, I love Kevin Conroy.
Well, that was it for this episode, guys. Ray, do you want to be followed on the social media?
You can find me on Twitter, I guess, if you still call it Twitter. If you call it X, do not find me. I don't care about you.
That's
Go
good.
away.
Like
on Twitter, you can find me at The Ray Sketches, and I am boring, so, you're warned.
Good advertisement.
You guys have been warned. Skyler, what about you, man? Can they find you?
Oh. Yes, I've got a Blue Sky account. It's at Skyler 8-bit. And I've got a podcast with Daniel, who's sitting next to me, not physically, but spiritually.
True.
And he's going to tell you all about where to find our podcast, Ready, Set, Replay.
Yeah, Daniel,
That's
where?
on Spotify and YouTube.
Oh, okay.
He said the title. Just search it on Spotify and YouTube. You'll find us.
You could probably also follow it on Twitter if you wanted to.
Yes, at RSR_POD. Or you can follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky at DanielMCG.
Why do you put that J in there? I always, when I type your name.
So I'm Scottish, and one thing that you need to know about Scotland is that during the early famines, we ran out of money, and so the entirety of Scotland could only afford a very small number of names. So Daniel, James, a couple others, it's an extremely common name. So it was already taken, as was nearly every number and vowel combination.
Oh, geez. Well, now I got the scoop.
Yeah, there you go.
Tito scoop. What about you, Anthony? Can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on twitter.com at the Michael Caine, where I post really cool pictures of Donald Trump as the Pope. So feel free to check it out and send me all your opinions and thoughts on that very real topic.
Can't believe Michael Caine's doing that.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm at the Michael Caine.
Sorry. Yeah.
Michael Caine, if you can hear us, we feel you.
What? Don't say
you
that.
No, he tweets too.
He's in the show.
You can follow this podcast on what you're listening to right now. I'm on video on Spotify, but I'm also on audio platforms as Apple Podcasts. I'm on iHeartRadio as well. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at Brownboywonders Podcast. Till then, we guys see you in season 2 of Batman the Animated Series.